Hi guys, we're going to get a quick training today on just what kind of windows there are for a home. And there's all kinds, but most of them are a basic window. So one of them is what we call a hung window. And you can do a hung window, which means it goes up and down like so. And this is a hung window, and it can lean in for easy cleaning on the lower sash, so you don't have to mess with the extruded aluminum screen. And by the way, the extruded aluminum screen is really big. I don't know if you're from my generation, where we would take a butter knife to get the screen out because the little black tabs would pull off, and they were such a pain. They didn't last any time at all. But with the Anlin window, you actually have an aluminum extruded screen, and you have a full metal bar across here rather than the little tabs, so you don't tear up your screen every time you want to take it out or put it back in. And then across the middle, you actually have a bulb seal, and then inside here you have a fiberglass reinforcement to give you a lot more strength, so you don't get what they call a smiley face where it dips down on a lot of the cheaper windows out in the marketplace. Now you can also build this as a double hung, where it comes down from the top like you see here, and then both these sashes would actually lean in if you wanted to clean your windows that way. I don't care for a double hung window, and when I say I don't care for it, I really don't, but I can sell you both. So I'm not trying to talk you out of buying something because I don't have it. We have it. The problem with a double hung window, and a lot of companies, all they have is double hung, and they're going to want to sell it to you no matter what. But when you close the bottom sash, you can actually pull this one down a little bit. And with double hung windows, we actually have more issues from that window than any other window we sell. And reason being is both move, and this wants to drop down. Also, if you're coming in here to clean it and you lean it in, it's very heavy and it can come out of the shoes that hold it. But this is actually a double hung window, and it's made by Anlin. It's part of what they call their Coronado series. So we do have it. If you want it, we can do it for you. So that's a double hung. This window here, if you notice the beautiful red on the outside of it, so if you're looking for colors, we can do that. Actually, this window also has colors on the outside of it, a different color. And what you're looking at is more of their sandstone color. So we can do the outsides in many different colors, but this one is red, and this is, come around to the inside of it. This is actually the window I would prefer, and it's a single hung. So it just raises from the bottom. But you don't have the heavier upper sash that you try to take out, drops in on you and hurts you. You get a nice clearance, but you don't have this sash wanting to move on you. So it is going to be a little tighter. You still get the nicer screen system. You get a deep pocket at the bottom so you don't get the air wrapping around to come inside of it. These windows typically would have double locks depending on the width of the window. And these are 180-degree steel cam locks. A lot of locks on windows today, you slide it down and it automatically locks. There's one in the middle. The tendency is you can bow your ends when you have one lock in the middle. And a steel cam lock sucks the window together to the meeting rail. Where if you just have the pop lock, it's just not as tight of a locking system. So I do prefer this lock better, but we have both. So again, I'm not trying to talk you out of anything. I'm just trying to educate about it. Now, like I was talking about with our glass package, this window would have 3/16 inch glass on the inside, 1/8 inch glass on the outside, for a quieter, heavy duty window. But this is the Delmar. We're one of the largest dealers for Anlin, and we're an exclusive Del Mar dealer. Most dealers in town cannot sell this window. It's foam reinforced all the way around inside the frame to kind of build you a refrigerator wall. But this is a single hung. The window you just looked at is a double hung. Now if you come over here, this is actually a slider window. Double locks, as I was talking about, so you keep a strong, tight meeting rail. And then I like our lips for opening our windows. All of these have a nice big lip, so you're not trying to grab onto here and break your fingernails and fight with the window to try to get it open and closed. This is just a much better way of opening and close your window. And if you notice how well it glides, window's very easy gliding. This is called a prairie grid in the top. Just a decorative design. You don't have to do it. But this is referred to as a sliding window. And then you have your double locks to draw it in and make it really tight. And again, you have the better glass package. This is a Del Mar. You have your foam inside the frame to give you more insulating. You have triple weather stripping. You have the better glass coatings, the gases, and then on a slider, your pull rail is here. So that's how hard it is to take your screen out. You have pressure clips here, and if you notice on this video how heavy duty this metal is, and this is an extruded frame, so much stronger. You don't have all that whip and flimsiness. Your screen doesn't pop out. It's a beautiful screen. If I was going to make a whole nother video, it would be about how great the screen is. Because especially in Colorado, Dallas probably more than Houston, you take your screens in and out quite a bit, maybe for cleaning, something of that nature. You want to be able to do it yourself and not have to have a manual. With this screen, you don't have to have a manual. It just kind of goes into the track system. That's it, your screen's done. And I don't do them all the time, and that's how quick it took me. So, we'll lock it back up, and this is a white window. So, over here is also a slider window. This is the exterior of it. The cool part about this window, it is black on the exterior, and it's also white on the interior. We built it with the prairie grids. If you notice, these grids are black to match the outside. The inside of the grid is actually white. So you can design windows kind of how you want them designed. You can have them open that way, left to right. You can open them right to left. A lot of that depends on whether you're right-handed or left-handed, how you might want to have your window open. So if we come out and do custom designing of your windows, you'd want to talk about that, especially if you're left-handed, because most things are built for right-handed people. So this is a slider in another color. You've seen kind of a taupe color, a red color, a black color. We can do all different things. This also is a hung window, and this is a single hung window. So again, from the bottom, just lifts up. Again, the heavy duty extruded aluminum frame at the bottom. The better glass package, the thicker glass, the low E coating systems, the easy clean coating system, argon gas filled. This window's got it all. This is like a Cadillac. But guess what? There's Cadillacs being sold out there that they're getting Maserati prices for, and I have no idea why. So if you've got an estimate from Anderson or Pella or maybe Champion or whoever, and it just didn't fit you, didn't feel right, didn't seem right, you just didn't make the purchase, give us a call, because we can probably help you feel more comfortable in making a good decision for you and your family on your home. And that's what we're all about. But this would be a great window. Now, the other neat part about this window, I don't know if you noticed really well in this video, but it's a black window. So if you're looking for something that really accents your home, decorates your home, and truly makes that big difference for curb appeal, for the inside of your house, for however it makes you feel when you wake up in the morning and go, wow, that window makes a difference in my house and I love it, then a black window is pretty cool. But I gotta warn you, if you want the outside colors, if you want black on black, because this window's black on the other side, if you want that, unfortunately it is a little more pressure on the pocketbook. But we have it, and we'd love to give you a free estimate, and our guys will come out, spend all the time you want, and they will give you an exact price to the penny on actually purchasing windows. I want to show you one more style over here. This is a casement window. So casement windows, they've been around for a number of years. They lock here, and then they actually crank out like this one's doing, and this is what they call a casement. The screen is actually on the inside of the window, and it has pins where you pull the pins and you can remove the screen from the inside. But this is actually a casement window, so it cranks in and out just like what you're seeing. This one's white, and then you pop down your lock and it draws the whole thing together. So you can have a casement window, you can have a double hung window, you can have slider windows. Now we also build picture windows, where with a picture window you just wouldn't have all this framing. All this would be gone, and you would just have a big picture window here. And we can make those huge. We just did one that was 96 by 72, and the window itself weighed 265 pounds. So it took like 3 guys to be able to manage it and get it in place. So these are not light, they're well built, they're heavy duty, and we can build some pretty big openings. Now we do the shake top windows as well. I don't have one in the showroom at the moment, but shake top windows are like curved tops. If you kind of take a look at this picture here, these are shake top windows, and we build those as well. So pretty much most of whatever you would want, we can custom design and build for you. We also do what we call cut-ins, where you have the little door here and a little window here, and you have this beautiful backyard. Maybe you have a pool, maybe you have a view of the mountains, who knows? But we can take out that door, take out that window, put in a header, make it all bigger. But I do suggest that maybe you won the lottery, or you got a big bonus from work, or you just love your home and don't mind spending the money on it, because we get into that kind of remodeling, unfortunately it does get quite expensive, because pretty much all of that has to be engineered. So we actually have an engineer come out, we get it approved through the city, we do all the permits. And one thing that we do that it's amazing to me how many companies do not do. But if the city or county requires a permit, we get that permit. We don't mind inspections. A lot of these companies want to slide it in underneath the nose of your HOA. They want to slide it in and have the city not know about it. And that is a crazy way of doing business. If you have an HOA, you want to get your windows approved, because they can actually make you take them out if you don't meet what they want, their standards. The city can red tag your job and charge penalties if you didn't get a permit. Don't go with those companies that aren't going to do it right. Don't put your money at risk, your time, your home. Why have that hassle? Guys, if you haven't bought yet and you've gotten other estimates and you're not comfortable, give us a call. We will try to make you comfortable. We'll take good care of you. If this video helps at all in what kind of windows are available, please give us a like, give us a share, click on something, do whatever my people want you to do. But in my opinion, pick up the phone and call us and we'll come out and help you. Thank you.